one drop Arachnid, which I'm not too sure I'd include that in a Face Hunter deck.
That's true. And a Savannah Hyman and a Belcher. Wow.
Yeah, definitely mid-range. Now, this is a good matchup for Rogue, though. Like, it's a better matchup for Rogue because of the sap on the high main. It gets a lot better for them, but there's a pretty decent...
There's no agent, there's a backstep, so that's the problem.
Yeah. There's a pretty good cure, I was going to say, on Amaz's side, and RDU has whiffed pretty hard in this early game. Wow.
Is he forced to use the sap? That will be horrible.
I don't think so. I don't think he can afford doing that. Now, the worst nightmare for RDU is by far a animal companion. Anything else is fine. Oh, but he finds a 3-drop off the web spinner. This is perfect. Amaz getting the edge here, a huge edge, in fact.
Oh, that's awful.
RDU is contemplating what to do, but I think
he has no option. Only the Farseer, and that's it. This puts the hunter so far ahead. RDU would be forced to use the sap next turn, I would say.
I mean, there's really nothing like Deadly Poison Blade Fury would help him, but it's not even enough in this case.
Why trade?
Afraid of Blade Flurry is my suspicion. The fear of Blade Flurry is what made Amaz take that line of play, I think.
Maybe. But that sap will cost him a lot.
Yeah,
but
there's
it's a correct
more...
play. It's a correct play, but it's so bad.
RDU, but Amaz finds even, a better curve, because whatever turn he ends up playing off curve, the web spinner will compensate for by just adding a bit of extra mana on the top of it. So Amaz's curve is essentially perfect. Well, there's a prep, there's a backstab. Let's see what he finds, and he finds another prep. Wow, those are not exactly amazing draws.
And wow, this is so horrible.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I am speechless.
This is really a bad draw for RDU.
Dominating. Triple kill. I mean, this is going to be one of the fastest mid-range. Although RDU could get a really sick Blade Fury in the next few turns and get away with it. That is probably going to be a saving grace. Is finding, because he has the Tinkers. He's got the 2 preps. He's got everything he needs to set up a really good, clean board wipe. The problem is getting it done. Like, he needs to find a specific card in his deck if he wants to even stand a chance here.
Well, that's certainly something.
That is something big, actually, when you consider the board state. The Vile Teacher can definitely benefit from that sap. There's the prep on the back end if if he feels like it, the backstab, the preps, the sprint on the next turn possibly. A lot of things.
Next turn is 7 mana. He still has the coin, so basically 8. The double preps will give him basically 14 mana.
Yeah, RDU has to go all in almost.
So even with the sprint, he will still have 7 mana to use, which is great. And maybe he can turn the game around somehow.
As long as he doesn't go for prep coin, I'm okay with it.
Well, Savish made that call.
When? Oh,
like
no.
on stream 2 days ago or yesterday.
On stream it's fine. In a tournament setting, it's
Yeah,
different, right? Like in a tournament setting, it just feels even worse. But all right, so another high main gets developed, the same one, and exactly here the web spinner just filling up the curve of Amaz quite nicely, giving him a little bit more of a board. Not a huge advantage, mind you, because Unleash would take care of those 1/1s, but an advantage nonetheless. And he's just going to press it. Honestly, RDU needs to find a really sick card off of that sprint.
So
those 2 preps could be very important.
8. You can go prep sprint, you have 10 cards then.
Yeah, you can Tinker's Blade Flurry perhaps.
Wow, that violent teacher is basically his disadvantage here.
At this point, it almost is. He finds a Fan of Knives, that is no help at all. Emperor Thorson is also no help. Eviscerate is almost no help. Wow. You know, this reminds me of playing Miracle Rogue when you don't find the Auctioneer.
Well, you had this brand, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, but I feel like the options you're looking for a very specific thing, right? And you just don't have it. So how good is the Fan of Knives here? He'd need to find Blade Flurry to make it really worth
You
doing.
unleash the Hound's value, man.
Yeah.
Second Eviscerate. Doesn't make a difference.
He's gonna be able to clear both minions at the very least, with the backstab on Slime and the possible coin prep, coin eviscerate on the minions on the board. I think he's okay-ish, although not amazing. Blade Fury would have just covered this entirely.
Yeah. It's really pity that he didn't have the Blade Flurry. But now unleash the Hounds and 8
King
points.
of Beasts! Look at that King of Beasts!
Oh wow!
Look at it! Might we see a huge King of Beasts? Is this
wow!
a dream? Is this a dream? Yeah, the 2 saps have been used. One of them was used on an early Pilot of Shredder, I think.
Yeah.
And the second one on the Hymen.
Hymen. So you just drop the King of Beasts with how many?
Oh
wait,
no!
that's 6. That's 8.
I can't believe that.
8-6 King of Beasts. What's the
I
base
don't
stat?
even
2,
know.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna be an 8-6, I think, an 8-12 or whatever. I don't know. It's 8 whatever it is. I'm not sure. It's just gonna be a crazy King of Beasts. That's all I know. And that's really all I care to know. I hope he goes for it, because I've never seen this card be good. Oh my goodness. Seen this card be good. Oh my goodness. Oh, RD is gonna get slammed with the King of Beasts.
Oh wow!
That web spinner being MVP. And now, how does RDU answer this? Oh, I think the deckhand will have to come in and help here.
It still doesn't clear.
Yeah, with Eviscerate it does. Doesn't it?
So
yeah, it's 6
low-
damage. You're
so
you're,
Emperor coin. No, you can't. You have to get the weapon.
Yeah, you have to dagger up, South Sea, Eviscerate, and then figure something out. Probably play a Drake on the back end. Do you have the mana with the coin, or do you just whiff? You could go for just Eviscerate, find something you want.
Oh,
That's a draw.
that's a draw, definitely. Well, you have to kill it.
Question is, do you... Well, I guess there's really no option.
Yeah, you have to backstab Eviscerate, right?
Yeah, I think so. I can't see anything else. Now the question is whether you coin Dagger right now for next turn's Lothab Tinkers, or... Because RDU has to be looking forward to the win eventually, and that's the problem. That's the situation he's stuck in. Oh, there seems to be a visual glitch for RDU, so he has been executing a play. So he did backstab Eviscerate, in fact. Well, King of Beasts didn't last long. I'm a little surprised and disappointed. But it does have only 6 health. I wish King of Beasts gained +1/+1 though. I don't know why. I thought it did for a second. I thought it was actually good in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. Well, we seem to have only 1 game view, so the upper hand cannot be seen for the time being.
We'll be back on that with a few seconds, I think.
Yep. So he took like the SI7 agent. That wasn't in his hand before. And actually, RDU might be able to swing back.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
I think a Blade Flurry is gonna help a lot.
This will change a lot. This will change really a lot.
Yeah, if he plays for value here, which I think he will.
Yeah, any trade,
gonna be crushing.
Red Sands, yeah. Now you have the freezing trap up, you can play the Pilot Shredder. So only a Blade Flurry kind of saves him. He still has the Pirate, right? So he can trigger the freezing trap with the Pirate.
The freezing trap trigger will be cheap. It's the follow-up, like how do you seal the game?
Yeah.
Is gonna be the problematic thing, I think. He's got the dagger up. I think he might have found the blade for you, otherwise why pop this, right?
Oh!
It's not freezing, it's not snake, it's
freezing.
explosive. It's not snipe.
That's interesting. It's really
Yeah.
interesting.
To
Might
say the
be-
least.
Wait.
Misdirection?
Yes!
Oh my goodness.
What do you think about that? He didn't
I
attack.
have no
Okay, so
idea.
he has no blade flurry.
It's got to be that, right?
He has no blade flurry. He did attack the minion.
It does have to be misdirection, doesn't it? Or explosive, it's either or. I think explosive would make a lot more sense with Zoo in the metagame, though.
Okay, now we have both hands.
And Lothep gets smashed on the board. Violet Teacher for 3 mana. I don't think it'll get much use, sadly.
Still a coin.
Ugh. What
Oh,
a top
wow.
deck here.
Dr.
Out of
GG.
aggression. No problem. If Doomsayer comes out of this, though, that's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, that's even better than,
Yep.
than whatever. Wow. What dose R do you need? Miracle.
Oh, hello!
Oh, hello. That's one turn too late.
A little too late. Although, if he goes for Violet Teacher Blade Flurry,
No, there's
he
no way.
doesn't even bother. He's gonna be dead in 2 turns. Probably doesn't play any healing. And that means his aggressions follow-up are just gone. Although this is a decent matchup for... And the Shielded Mini-Boss is going to be able to deny the early War Axe value that you would otherwise be able to get against something like a Knife Juggler. And Amaz is going to be forced to ping the shield off and take 2 damage in the process.
That's not even... The damage is not even important. The important fact is that he used both durability.
Yeah, on
the-
1 minion, exactly.
Yeah, on one minion. Exactly.
It's the craziest deal.
And now he can stack the damage with the 1/1s, which is also really important because, you know, Amaz is lacking Whirlwind or Unstable Ghoul. I think he can just ignore the Pilot Shredder.
For now, I think so. I mean, we'll have to see what he follows up with.
That's a really bad turn.
Yeah, I think you just ignore it. If there was a whirlwind, you would have probably seen it.
I would say so.
So you just whittle down the opponent's health. It sounds a bit ridiculous to say this, but those 1/1s, I mean, we're talking about 4 damage dealt. It's effectively like you had a 4/1 on the board.
It's like a Pilot Shredder.
Yeah. Except even more difficult to handle.
And now look at this. Yeah, he will kill 1/1. That's
Wow. This
hilarious.
value is crazy. Now, RDU has to make a
What about the
decision
quality
here.
right now? I would
I think
favor it.
equality would work.
Yeah.
Although you do have equality consec. Ugh.
So you just do a minion with your hero power and go face again?
That
I think you can go face. I mean, play equality, minion, go face.
and then go face. Yeah, let him make the trades,
well-
because anyway, he doesn't play Defensive Argus, unless I'm mistaken.
You can kill the 1/1. I didn't understand that at all, to be honest. That trade. That basically gave
Afraid
him...
of Sludge Belcher? I don't know. I'm not... I think Sludge Belcher might make the difference. Like, the fact that you might be afraid of a Belcher means you don't want to make the trade. I guess if you had a
Low-tip.
Quarter Master, it would have been a bit different.
Why not low tip? Dude. What the hell?
Don't you understand those 1/1s? You don't understand, Lothar, those 1/1s. Don't you get it now? The dudes, they're threatening to invade Lothar.
Okay, I get it
You need to
now.
handle the dudes.
Tyrion
Look at
and
these
characters
1/1s,
that-
man. They're reporting for duty. Like, it's crazy the amount of value they've been getting. Just pinging away at the Warrior's armor all game long.
But look at that hand, that's crazy. KT for 7, Tyrion for 7, Consecration for 3, Piloted Sky Golem for 5.
I think
the
Tyrion for
Peacekeeper
7
2.
is just disgustingly good.
Ooh. Now
That
this is...
consecration can never be beaten. But your curve is thrown off because of it.
That it's not that bad.
No, I think you might have to play Aldor as a body, though. Do you have to? I mean, look at this curve. It's so horrible afterwards.
So... Dr... No, you can't play Dr. Boom.
Oh, you've seen a BGH, but it doesn't really make any sense to skip this consecration. It's way too good.
True.
Yeah, there's no world in which I don't consecrate this board.
I think you just make a dude, and that's it. Because the Peacekeeper will be really important against Shields Maidens, even Belchers maybe.
Or Emperor.
An Emperor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, actually RDU has no answer to the Emperor right now.
That's true, but he will just slam down
Tyrion, yeah.
Tyrion.
Actually, Amaz cannot handle the Tyrion.
Handle it.
And what if? Could
Uh-oh.
No. Do
No,
you?
can't do that.
Nah, I don't think so. Actually, you could pilot a Shredder Brawl, but I don't think it makes any sense at all to try to get a good brawl out of this play. Like, it's nonsense. Now RDU is not gonna be able to sacrifice his Tyrion for the sake of getting it back with KT.
But he will kill the Emperor, I would say.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's really insane for RDU. This BGA is going to allow him to clear this board clean. And he might even... I mean, what if it hits the Tyrion for 4?
Nah.
It did not.
You play Skygon.
Yeah, this is a great board for RDU, but I think Amaz is going to be ready to brawl this with nothing but a Boombot to lose.
If he gets the Harrison Jones now, nope.
If he got Harrison Jones, I think RDU would escape concede out of frustration.
Have a minion from the Piloted Skygon.
The Boombot stays alive.
No way.
Yeah, I saw it glow green for a split second there. Did you?
Wow.
It glowed green.
And he can still attack.
Yeah.
Assault.
Doesn't hit. Those Boombots have been terrible though. But wow,
A little
he got like the
justice.
worst 4-drop almost. I think Jeeves would have been slightly worse, but not by much.
Good for him that he still has Dr. Boom and KT in hand. He can make that work.
Yeah, you resurrect the Boombots. That's evil. And Amaz is punching face with the weapon.
Well, it makes sense. So you just drop the boom, right?
Or Belcher?
Sure.
Nah, probably just... What about KT instead?
Well, that
Like, you really don't need KT.
executes.
Like, you don't need KT as much. Like, to resurrect, you're never going to be able to get resurrection out of it. And you're forcing the opponent to have execute. Or a really good shield slam. And since you've already seen one execute, you're probably not too afraid of the second one. Since there's been only one Acolyte played with equality. But there's the execute. That's going to be a really good follow-up for Amaz here. Having had 2 turns of Emperor Thorson, he's going to be able to put down pressure after pressure. But RDU's got a sick hand as well. I have to be honest here.
What's important, he has bigger value in his hand than Amaz for now. Especially with that shield slam being basically not important at all. It's that card, like 2 points of
Yeah,
damage.
it's... Well, you've got a Shield Maiden, so it's going to be a total of 7. You can kill Dr. Boom with it, which is exactly what he
Okay,
wants.
never mind. Skip what I was saying.
Is it
Scratch
getting
that.
late where you live, Lothar?
Yeah, might be.
I would like to inquire as to the local time where Lothar lives. Thank you.
Twitch chat will just destroy me after that.
Twitch chat destroys anyone. You know what? You could be the nicest, smiliest person ever. Oh, hello, MC Tech. And they
It's
would still
still,
destroy you. They would still destroy you. Could be... You could be
So-
Nat Pagel. And they would destroy you.
What do you think about Belcher, Piloted Shredder, Face?
Yeah, I think Face is good. I'm a Hunter player. Actually, you could just Alto Peacekeeper one of those minions, right?
Why would you do that before my MC Tech? Nah, doesn't make sense.
Right.
And you
Is Amaz
attack
gonna play into
Face.
MC Tech?
I think you attack Face with that because you have 2 Crucible champions in your deck. And maybe you would like to get that. Oh, imagine the Sylvanas being grabbed by MC Tech.
The irony is real. It's funny to think that a little gnome engineer in his garage can actually come up with an invention that beats the reincarnation mechanic of it. What the hell is this Lightwell gonna do? Actually, it's not even terrible. It's just nearly useless. Oh, wow. All right.
Okay, so now RDU has to kill the light wall first, right?
Yeah, I think
And then-
so. I mean, that's the least viable minion, right?
Mhm.
The thing is, if you do that and it doesn't get Sylvanas, are you in a bad spot? Not really that much, right?
So he wants to kill the...
He wants the light well? Oh, wow. RDU has a mystery plan.
I don't know, man. That's
I don't know
out.
Okay, he doesn't want the light well. Nobody wants it.
And watch out.
No time for
Sylvanas!
games.
Justice is real.
Killstone!
After
Yeah.
the brawl, now Sylvanas being grabbed. Basically the same chances, right?
Yeah, well, this goes back to the irony we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Of the MC Tech having an effect that's as good as Sylvanas's, but for much, much cheaper. And I really don't know how Amaz is supposed to come back from that. He's on 13 health, and this amount of damage is just unrealistic for him to handle at any point. Although, a Doomsayer in that Shredder. A Doomsayer in that Shredder. Could you believe it?
No, I wouldn't.
If it happened? I don't think it will. I don't think we'll get to see it, though, unfortunately. 'Cause I think RDU will play the odds and not pop the Shredder ever.
Probably, right? Wait, 4, 9, 12, 13.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. We won't see a Doomsayer. You know, he's your teammate. You should tell him to make those plays.
Okay, next time I will tell him.
No, that's essentially a good game, I think. I mean, Amaz can't possibly come back from this. Unless he's got maybe Lay on Hands to stall for a turn, but does that even help? I mean, it helps. It gives you a turn of life, but that's about it.
You have no cards and top deck a Shield Slam. I think
That is not gonna do it.
But Amaz might have a quest to play 40 spells. So
40 spells, yeah.
so he now plays the Shield Slam.
Oh, it's not Doomsayer. Oh, you know what? It could have happened, actually. We could have seen the Doomsayer, but it wasn't there. And so Amaz is going to be losing that game. RDU is going to equal. He might find one. You never know.
No, he's bluffing the Innovate. Or he just... or is he just falling asleep?
Alright. Hero power. Amaz has to like this. No wild growth, no innervate play. Sometimes you're afraid though, because you're like, okay, what if he doesn't play anything here? Does that mean he's just gonna get a Dr. Boom on turn, 4? Or even turn 3 with double innervate? Like, what is awaiting me? Because you don't expect Druid to draw it this slowly, but RDU finds nothing.
Still not bad for this matchup. But
Yeah, but he's gonna have to transition, like, soon enough, he's gonna have to get something on this board.
the
before he gets
Amaz draw
contested too heavily.
seems to be godly, I would say.
Yeah, he's curving pretty much perfectly and finds the other Shredder. That's going to aggravate RDU, who needs to find a Keeper of the
Oh,
Grove
wow.
and the whiff once again. RDU's face indicating that he understands RNG Stone to perfection. Calls the well played.
I think that was a mistake that he didn't keep the NX, you know?
I agree. I think Shade of Nax was a keep. But he's going to get pushed out of this game possibly very fast. Oh, one turn off, Shredder. One turn off. You're a little late to the party.
You have still to go for the Belcher. It sucks,
Yeah.
but you have to go for it.
I think RDU, if he does get, the mid game in any way, if he somehow survives the onslaught that's coming from Amaz, could win the game, but it's going to take a lot more than what he's got. I mean, it's not looking exactly amazing for him.
To be honest, I don't see this being possible. Amaz has so much cards, and a weapon, and a Belcher, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I think the card
for
draw is
Druid.
the biggest deal. Because, without card draw, this would be fine if you just played on curve, but the 2 cards that the Acolyte Pain got, that is a problem. That is a huge problem.
Now RDU has to play...
Shredder
second time
or...
Belcher? Wow.
Okay.
This sucks.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
No removal, nothing. Just a straight up minion heavy hand that doesn't go anywhere. How
And
do
you can
do
play
that?
those minions in upcoming 10 turns. 10 turns. It's like 30 mana. Wow. Emperor value. How can you deal with that? That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know that there's gonna be ever a better Emperor. Grom Hellscream for 7. I mean, your turn 7 is guaranteed to be amazing. You can curve in anything you like Deathbite plus Shredder plus Armorsmith. That's just crazy. And RDU is gonna Nourish for ramp. And he does. Gets the Shredder out right afterwards.
Did you like
Amaz
that?
is gonna get a second wave of Emperor.
Did you like
what's
that?
the option? What's the alternative? Just
After
find
boom.
it. Just drop boom straight up
Yeah.
and see where it goes.
Like ramp at 10-7 doesn't make any sense.
Well, you play the Shredder on the back end, right?
Yeah, I know what.
I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean. Maz has an Ysera.
You're on a back foot, so you have to make a comeback. And how can you make a comeback without the bombs? Swap is not enough. So I would favor the Dr. Boom.
Well, it's not looking
what?
too good.
Well
I think a
played.
Doomsayer. Well played. I think a Doomsayer coming out of Shredder for Amaz, right, would be a devastating blow. That's probably the one thing RD is going to be hoping for at this point. Is like, can I get a Doomsayer off of this, please?
There's
RNGesus.
Otherwise, there's no way he can win this game. Look at that. Gromesh,
Yeah,
6 mana.
even if he does get it, even if, let's
It
assume
will
he
be
does
tough.
get it, it doesn't even mean he's going to be able to do it. But this is going to be a 6 swipe, though, for RDU, to be honest. That swipe is
will.
going to be good.
But it doesn't change much.
Doomsayer, come on. Come on, Hearthstone. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Nope. Well, that's a bit anticlimactic. Doomsayer! River Croc. Okay. Nominated for most boring
Cool story,
2-drop
bro.
of Hearthstone. It's like the...
He just pops out of the shredder and says, cool story, bro.
Actually, he would have won anyway, right? Or would he? No, he had Grommash in the weapon. Would have been close.
Well, that was a sad game.
Yeah, it was indeed. And the Amaz is gonna take this very slow. Oh man, I can't. Very fast that is. RDU just whiffing at every lane. Like he lost the no wild growth fight or the 3 game winners against rogues.
Oh. Even the
that's
Shaman
convenient.
turn 2.
Whoa, what? I would have coined the hell out of that wild growth.
He keeps this for Ragnaros, I would say. And
Oh
Innervate.
my God.
Wow. But that's the sap.
Yeah, right. The sap is going to deny Amaz's ability to get a really disgusting Ragnaros that's not going to be answered. At the very least, that's that.
Well, RDU wanted to have a minion on this turn that will help immensely here. So next turn, Ragnaros. Right?
I think he has to go for it because he's close enough. Like even if it gets sapped, he still has a pretty good follow-up. Like he still has a Sludge Belcher into Zombie Chow right away.
Oh, he goes.
He's
for
just
the
gonna
grab.
take the Coin Keeper. You know what? I don't even disagree with that. I think it's a safer play, and it doesn't put you all in on the off chance that the opponent has a sap. Although I don't think Ragnaros would have been that all in of a play. It's just that with the Violet Teacher around, you then end up a lot of 1/1s on the board if you don't kill it right away.
I think RDU has to use the Blade Flurry this turn.
You have to remove that first wave of minions at the very least. It feels like a bit of a waste, but at least the Shade's not going to grow any bigger.
Yeah.
So that's what he's looking for here. Is not letting the Shade grow out of Blade Flurry range while he can. And Ragnaros is going to come down. There's no accompanying pressure for RDU unless he finds a prep here. It's going to be our sap pass.
Which
That's
is
gonna-
really
Terrible.
bad. Sophsy Deckhand. No, that's not helpful at all.
Yeah, not helpful one bit.
So Sap, you know there's no Ragnaros in next turn.
Yeah, and then you've got a turn to plan out your stuff and hope you find a good sprint, the possible other answer. Well, there's the sap. Step 1, sap. Step 2, top deck the second innervate. Step 3, replay rag.
Oh, I didn't like that at all.
South Seas just straight up for damage. I think it slows down RDU, like Amaz's potential tempo. I just don't think in this case it's worth it because it's not turn 8. If this had been turn 8 and Amaz had, you know, Ragnaros threatening to be replayed, then sure. But
not in this scenario, I totally agree.
Backstab, SI ping, and then you can kill the slime, but I don't think it's going to be the long-term win play here.
RDU knows that he's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, he knows what's coming up next. Like, he is fully aware of this Ragnaros about to slam down on the board, and that's 11 damage coming up this turn, which puts RDU down to 9 health, which means really that's effectively 1 turn away from death. Most of the time, at the very least.
And turn for combo next turn.
I think RDU has to top deck prep, and in, like, Azure Drake into prep, into Blade Flurry or some such thing for the Tinkers. Oh, never mind. That's gonna seal the. Never mind that. Actually, Amaz has taken a really much safer line of play than what I suggested with Ragnaros. This is gonna seal the board to guarantee a much bigger damage.
Yep, that's the game, I would say.
We'll have to see. RDU thinks so as well, which makes this match point. Amaz takes the series.